Welcome everybody to episode 4 of the Super Auto Podcast. How you doing today, Damon?
I'm living the dream, man. Another day in paradise.
So to start it off, how does it feel to be a champion? You know?
Man, I'm on top, man. It's nothing new to me. I'm 2 time. Everybody knows it. That's what they when they see me in the hallway, they're like, "Yo, what's up, 2 time?" So
Yeah.
it ain't nothing new.
They don't even remember your first championship that was so long ago. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, hey, I just had to show them that I still got it. I won the first one and then I fell back because I was like,
Mm.
I already had it all. Who cared?
Yeah.
I had the MVP. I walked in the door, MVP. Like I'm like LeBron. Walked in rookie, tearing shit up. Like
Oh
I
yeah.
already one of the best in the league. We went from rookie, MVP, championship ring, and to captain of being the captain of the worst team in the league. So
Yeah.
hey,
So
that's what I'm
you're
talking
you're
about.
that guy? Can you see that picture? Is that what you're saying? That's the
Yeah,
you're the Michael Jordan of SAP.
exactly. I
Oh,
mean,
okay. Yeah.
but really coming into the season, I expected it when me and Hop talked about it before the season. I said I think I'm gonna get underrated in this draft. I think
Mm.
if me and you are on the same team and we get two other good players, or maybe like snag a super good low seed, it doesn't matter, and we'll just tear it up. Because I told Hop it will be the best top two in the league by far,
Mm.
and that was true. I think.
Yeah. Well, besides me and Nelson, obviously, but
Yeah. All right.
so how was your experience on this championship team compared to previous teams that you've been on, like in general? How was this team?
It was good. So I think I could do a tier list for like the teams that I've been on, but I don't want to. I don't want to get too messy.
Mm.
So I mean, obviously, I think this would be, other than my other championship team, might be my favorite team I've ever been on. If we like factor in everything,
Mm-hmm.
like the team I was on last season, for example, huge hogs.
Mm-hmm.
I still fuck with every single person that was on that team, and I fucked with every single person that was on that team even before the draft.
Well,
So that
besides
was like
Markoto, like you don't really fuck with him like that.
he kind of weird. I don't like when
Yeah.
he be on. I fuck with him when he don't be on the waifu shit sometimes. Uh, uh,
Yeah, yeah.
but yeah, last season I don't know the team had vibes, but the
Mm.
app skills and there wasn't much interaction in the team Discord.
Mm.
And like '07 is another personal favorite, but '07 I don't know. It didn't. I feel like I don't remember that team nearly as much as I remember the season one team. So the only real competition would be season one with Markoto, Moose, Nixer,
Yeah.
Cali. It's hard to rank any season to your first season you ever had because nostalgia.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I don't know. I love this team. I think I'll always remember this team.
Mm.
I developed good relationships with I think everybody on the team, so
Yeah.
I like
Uh,
the team a lot.
so how did you find SAP, and then how did you get into competitive?
So I found SAP actually with just trying to find like games that me and my friends could play together. Just trying to find like little like strategy games. I had never even really played an auto battler before. I don't think.
Mm.
Um, and we started playing SAP. That was the first person I ever played with was Leah, Team Tour
Mm.
veteran that everybody knows.
Mm.
Um, so me and like about 4 or 5 of our other friends, we would play lobbies and stuff all the time, and I would fucking dominate them. The only person that was like even like kind of decent and could kind of stand a chance would be Leah. And so me and Leah would play 1v1s a lot, sometimes on the side. And then
Mm.
I finally found the main SEP Discord. On the day I joined the main SEP Discord, they posted the signups for Coconut Clash, the EU one, the first one I think.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, and so I joined that, and then I remember I did I did pretty good. I think I started off like 2-0 or something, or 1-0 or something, and then went to losers and won a set, and then like beat Rusting Shaggy or something, which I thought was like a good win at the time because I knew he was a mod.
Mhm.
and lost to somebody good. I forget. So
Mhm.
I felt pretty good about it, and then joined Team Tour and never looked back. The interesting thing about how I got into SAP was I never really played Arena. Most people have to train themselves to play 1v1s once they get to comp.
Mhm.
I never played Arena. I was just always versus. So I think
Yeah.
that's why I had kind of a quicker transition.
Mhm. So have you ever played any other games like competitively? How did they compare to SAP if you did, or?
Uh, I mean, in terms of competitively, it depends. Like I've played like 2K and Madden wagers a lot.
Mhm.
I used to, because that used to be all I would really play. Would be like sports games.
Mhm.
Whether it be like playing sports management, like playing like franchise or playing uh some of the nerdier shit. But the only other game I've really played for money would be 2K or Madden.
Okay. You were pretty good at those games, right? Like somewhat.
Yeah, I would still put money on 2K or Madden with anybody in the SAF community, and I haven't played it in a while.
Mhm. So can you kind of walk us through how you became like a TO, especially like Team Tour? Like how did that really come up, and how did you end up taking that role on?
I mean, after season one, you know, everybody was demoralized because they got absolutely stomped on by Moose, Markoto, Cali,
Okay,
Tim.
okay, okay.
Yeah,
We
yeah.
need. Okay, they didn't get
Nobody, nobody,
stomped on.
nobody wanted to step up.
You
Everybody
got
was like,
squeaked into the playoffs through one game.
and then we only had to play 3 sets in the finals, right? 4 sets in the finals, whatever it was.
Oh, yeah, three, I think.
But we fucking, it was a cakewalk. Walked straight to that ring. But regardless, so after that season was over, after Cavs TO'd that season,
Mm.
there was a kind of a long turnover, and then nobody was really talking about another team tour. Um, it seemed like it was kind of just going to be like a one time thing, and everybody else was cool with that because why would you want to do it again if you didn't win? But me and Moose, we had to go for the 2 time because
Mm.
everybody was seeing me in the hallway calling me 2 time, but I didn't actually have 2 rings yet. So
Oh yeah, yeah, of course.
so me and Moose decided, let's try it. We were in a group chat with Cav, and Cav was very, very helpful in the beginning.
Mm.
We wanted to very much make it out of his shell, but continue the tradition. So me and Moose started doing team tour.
All right. Um, so on that note, what has been the hardest decision you've had to make as a TO, and is there anything as a TO that you wish you would have done differently in looking back at it?
So I'll answer the second part of that question first because it came immediately to my head. It's a Barbie rule.
Mm-hmm.
The Barbie rule will always be a forsaken memory for anybody that doesn't know what it is. There was a season where we were having a lot of scheduling issues, so we implemented what we called the Barbie rule, where if you showed up to your set um, 20 or more minutes late, you would be penalized a game, and it affected a lot more sets than you would think. So there were a whole bunch of week deciding sets that people were going up 1-0 and best of 3. That's a huge advantage.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and a lot of people complained about it. We got more backlash than I think we've ever gotten about a decision before.
Yeah, that definitely
Um,
was like I understood the point of it, but yeah, I really wasn't a huge fan of it.
um, my least favorite memory as a TO is probably the whole Bard situation. I
Yeah.
mean, I mean, the players did too. The players put a lot of time in, but the TOs put, a lot of time and effort in to, organize the event. And then, the entire season is kind of null and void because some guy joined on 3 accounts and won the championship with his 3 accounts because he's a top 10 player. It's just kind of stupid, Like, we
Mhm.
don't have money on the line for this exact thing.
Yeah.
People have reached out and asked if they can, help fund Team Tour, and I'm sure we could get a pot going for Team Tour.
Mhm.
But we don't want to because it's it is arguably a pretty easy tournament to cheat in if you really wanted to. But I don't know.
Yeah, for sure.
So yeah,
Yeah, I mean that was definitely a rougher time because yeah, that season did kind of feel bad for sure. And like I don't know, my take on it has always been like I feel like alting is like okay, it's really cringe and really bad. But like the worst part about it was like Red, like he had an account that he would like purposely look worse on, and then when the sets really mattered, he'd like really try harded. It's like okay, if Rev was like also a top 5 player and they was drafted as such, like it wouldn't be that big of a deal. But the fact that like he like uh was able to lower the draft stock and then get it on the same team. And then when the sets really mattered, like in the playoffs, like super try hard, that's what made it like really bad.
yeah. Bard was a top 5 pick who had himself at the 1 seed,
Yeah,
the 4 seed, and the 6 seed.
yeah, exactly. Like if he like actually like if he just had 3 accounts and like all of them got picked in the first round, like that wouldn't even be that bad. But the fact that he was like tanking draft stock for it, so definitely what made it
That's why
a lot worse to me.
alting usually isn't an issue because like if you're not that good, alting isn't gonna like completely throw off the balance. At least, I mean, it's still fucked up, and you'll get banned for it. But
Mhm.
um,
I mean, yeah,
usually,
we saw that this season with O'Neal and Wolfgang.
yeah,
Like it really
yeah,
wasn't a season changer at all.
yeah, we just kind of let it ride out because it would cause more problems than good to correct it.
Yeah, for sure. So what has been your favorite team tour name and your least favorite team tour name? You can go out of the ones that you've been on, or like if you really got some other ones you want to throw out there.
Man, I gotta look at a couple of names. Man, you got any pulled up? There's been some good ones.
Oh man, what are some really good ones? The Strawberryhat Pirates off top is a good one.
Yeah, that's a great one, but
Especially,
I think
although
there's
you
been
guys
some like
lied,
same banger.
you guys baited us. What are some other good ones? The team names this season were kind of mid. Admittedly,
What season?
this season, I feel like the team names were kind of bad.
Yeah,
Catch these
yeah, they were.
hands, maybe. Was it alright? Oh, dude, the 1972 Watergate scandal is so funny.
That one was good.
What are
The
some?
first couple of seasons didn't have shit.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Season 3 had some decent
Season
ones,
three,
I think.
it didn't have. I don't know. The homosexuals was all right.
Homosexuals. C tier is a good one just because of the double meaning.
I mean, new shoes is like kind of a classic,
Oh,
you know.
yeah, New Shoes is legendary. Um, there was like
Oh,
a
seven, a
oh
legend
seven.
for me.
Yeah. I don't know. Do you have any other ones up top? Um,
Yeah, I don't know.
dude, Coin Flip is a
I,
good name, but because
I
of
think
the
I'll lock
meaning
in.
from HLZ, like
Oh,
like HLZ was known for like every time he like lost a set or like was molding, he said that every single set was just a coin flip 50-50. It didn't matter who was playing or what the skill level was, it was just a coin flip. So them doing that, especially knowing that they got destroyed that season, makes it funny.
I do like coin flip. So
Um
my honorable mention is going to be the Glizzy Goblins.
oh
So I love
yeah.
that name. And the Huge Hog. Both of those teams. They're very simple, straight to the point.
Mhm.
And I love them because I have an immature humor. What else can I say? But my favorite team name probably has to be Aliens versus Predators versus Brown versus Board of Education.
Yeah, that's a good one for sure. Okay, every episode on the podcast we do a little bit of trivia. So this episode for the trivia, here's a question. So including yourself, there are 6 people with multiple championships. Can you name all 6 of them?
So there's 6 people with multiple
Yeah,
championships.
two or more.
Okay.
Can you name the
All right.
6?
FBL,
Yep. That's my goat.
Echo.
Yep.
Bard.
No. He actually only won once, but he won on the
He
same
won
account on the
3
same
times,
team.
dude.
But like he only
Yeah.
won once on his actual account.
Okay, well, Uncle.
Mm-hmm. That's 3.
Moose.
Yep, that's 4.
Um,
You're forgetting an easy one.
an easy one.
Yeah, they won this season.
Oh, so like me.
Yeah,
I thought you
you.
said besides. I
No,
thought you said besides.
I said including you.
Oh, well then, yeah. Then
Yeah,
you'd already told me it was me when you had to
yeah,
say
that's
it.
5. And then
Oh, so
this last one is hard. I kind of forgot that this person
okay.
like
Let me think. Let me think.
had
So
2.
season 1, the only person I would have 2 is me and Moose.
Mm.
Um, season 2 was a fucking. See, I could have sworn Bard was on 2 teams, but so because season 2 was the Bard team / join.
Mm.
It would be Skunkle, Aaron, Bard. Those would be like the only people I would think could have 2. Season 3, who the fuck wanted season 3, dude?
That was my team. Me and Echo.
Oh yeah, it would just be like you, Echo, G. None of you guys. Sub doesn't have 2, right?
No, Nub only has 1.
I said sub.
Oh, sub 10. So sub, the one that he won was when he has it credited to him from Snakes on a Plane whenever he dropped halfway through the season.
But
He's
that's
like,
only one.
so he's only got 1.
Oh, okay. Season 4. That was the season 07 made finals. We played True Team. Does Lucid have 2? Lucid won 2, right?
No.
I thought he won with that team and he won with a knob
No,
team.
he made it with what's it called? So he made it with homosexuals, but we beat them in season 3.
Uh,
And then season 4, what the fuck won that season? That was
True Team was Skunkle on it. Yeah, Lucid.
that's the team he won it on. Yeah, he won it on that team.
Yeah.
But he
Yeah,
didn't win it on any other team.
Onet doesn't have 2. Alright, so it's not True Team.
This person is not somebody like they're not a top player. I'll just tell you that.
Oh,
Let me think of the seasons they won. They won it on. They won
yes.
season 4 and season 6.
Season 4, season 6. Who the fuck won it? So that would be not Strawberryhat Pirates or Strawberryhat Pirates. So that would be the Nom team. No, the Teedisc team.
No, this is the
Is it? Is it Hello? It's Hello. My name is S.
no. He only has 1. This is
Fuck.
the
What?
FBL team for season 6. He was on that team and he was on the
Oh.
Onet team.
Wow.
Yeah, dude, like I was looking through to make this question, I'm like, wow, this guy really has 2. That's crazy.
Okay, so FBL team and the True team.
Mm-hmm.
Who the fuck would be the crossover on that? Is it? Is it like? Is it K Tom?
Yeah, K Tom.
It's K
Yeah,
Tom.
K Tom in a league of their own.
Oh my fucking god.
Yeah, yeah, I'm like, bro, K Tom has 2 championships.
Dude, he has 2.
Bro,
Like it makes so like when I'm like doing that, when I like it makes sense that he was on True Team and he was on that FBL team that won the championship, and it still doesn't make sense to me. Like,
yeah.
it's like I
Bro's
do
got
that bad, but I'm still like, oh my god.
Bro's got 2 more championships than fucking Kyogre.
Yeah, that's
So
crazy.
yeah. So shout out to K Tom. They
The
could
other
have had a
thing I
chance for another one this season too.
correct me if I'm wrong. K Tom was the only quote unquote like not top player on that soap team, right? Like if we count like FBL as a top player.
Oh,
Like I can't remember any other like
I mean,
people that all a bottom seed on
the
that team.
only other person that has the argument to not be a top seed was like Edub. Edub was a 5 seed, but
Yeah,
like
and I
he's
would
good. So.
yeah, like I don't know that yeah, that team was stacked with top seeds. So when you said like low seed on that team,
Yeah,
the
yeah.
only like quote unquote low seed I can remember that team is K-Town.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, those are the six. You, Moose, Echo, Skunkle, K-Tom, FBL. All have two or more.
And we have three of those players not playing this season, right? We lost
Uh,
three of them.
yeah, Moose isn't playing. Skunkle's not playing. K-Tom's not
K-Town's
playing.
not playing. Yeah.
Okay.
So that means probably mine and FPL's team has the most rings combined out of any team this season. So that means we're the best team.
Um, does your team have the most?
Probably. I mean,
How many do
a
you guys
team
have?
would. We have four, so a team
Four.
would have to. I don't know. Team would have
Um,
to have a lot of.
yeah. I mean, you probably get there. Yeah, with four.
Yeah.
So this was like kind of an interesting question that came from the Discord. Came from Crocs too. He asks, "Who do you think will be the best player in the world after Kyogre?" So when Kyogre is done and he's not number one anymore, who do you think will be the best player in the world?
So I feel like that's a two-part question. First part of that question is like, when will Kai be done playing? Like,
Mm-hmm.
if he's done playing in 35 years, it'll probably be Mav because he's the only one left. The rest of us will be dead. Like, it'll be a Mav and hello, my name is S era.
That's a crazy world. The world where Mad and S take over his team for TOs is a world I want to live in.
Dude, I can't wait. And we're old as shit, and we're still talking about like season one.
Mhm.
There's like fucking 2,000 people now.
It's fucking season 84.
Yeah,
we
I cannot wait.
got more, dude. Okay, if we ever get to more seasons than Grey's Anatomy, we gotta call it quits. Like that's when we've gone too far.
Yeah, I agree. We'll have to start a spin-off of it.
Yeah.
But okay, I'll look at it like realistically. Like, how long can Kai be at
Yeah,
the top before he gets bored? So we'll
man.
put like a year on it or
Yeah,
something.
I
He
think.
might play forever, but I
Yeah,
don't know. I mean,
I think Kai remains unanimous number one for probably like another 6 months to a year.
I
Probably.
think the answer that he. So I'll give him two answers because this one, like, I think it's just true, but nobody's looking for it. It's one of the Billy Billies will probably be the best
Oh
player
my,
when Kai's
dude,
done.
no, we can't let
The
that happen, bro.
I think the Billy
We
Billies are going to eventually take us over,
we
as the,
we
as
got
they always do.
we gotta start a boot camp, man. The fucking train. It's and we can't let it be like League, where all the Koreans just beat up all the Americans.
Yeah, I mean, everybody always talked about doing crew battles. The real crew battle is fucking us
Yeah,
against the Billy
everybody,
Billy.
yeah, everybody gets the Billy
It's
Billies.
gonna be like the Avengers, dude. We're gonna be fucking Kai's our Iron
Oh.
Man, dude. Um,
Oh my god.
but so yeah, after Kai, the funny answer is one of the Billy Billies. But my real answer is I don't know. That one's a hard one.
Yeah,
Um,
I'm trying
that's
to
a real
think.
hard one. Maybe like it might be Knob. I could see Knob
Bro,
putting in the grind
no.
and like continually getting better and eventually becoming the best.
The thing is, like, Knob, I don't know, bro. Knob's a grinder, but, like, I think the way that you become the best in this game that's, like, been shown is, like, I think, because, like, okay, Kai, I don't think it's, like, a crazy, like, fucking win percent margin over, like, everybody. Like, it's big, but it's not, like, crazy. But I think the reason he's so good is, like, the way he thinks about the game is pretty unique
Yeah,
compared to,
actually, I
like,
think you have a point. I think he's just smart. I think the
so
best will actually be no glaze. I think it'll be Crocs. I think
Crocs is
Crocs is one.
crazy.
He's
Maybe.
one of those other like really smart set players. I met like for the most part, if you're like super smart, you're just gonna be good at SAP because it's a pretty easy game to figure out. The only like super smart person I can think of that's bad at SAP is like DSC
That's true, yeah.
for the most
Bro,
part.
Damon is the best teammate to have in your team if you want to get glazed. Like, you get on Damon's team and he just starts fucking hyping you up.
You
Like,
know,
bro was talking about
I
how
think it could
Yup
be
was
Cat.
gonna be the fucking GOAT.
Well, because I mean, because it's hard to give that answer because like in a year
No, yeah.
Is Freet still going to be playing? You know.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I think some answers that you can have are like Fritz because I think he kind of thinks like he thinks outside the box, like kind of like how Kai does.
I mean, yeah, I think the next
Um,
best player after Kai is Freet.
yeah,
So
it's just if he keeps playing, yeah.
yeah, I don't know if he's going to keep playing
It's
this thing.
like Fritz. I'm trying to think of some other people. Like Onet always has like a chance to do it. Um, he's been kind of iffy like here and there, but like Prime Onet was like top three for a reason. Um, some other people that could do it. Um, hmm, there's definitely some. I'm trying to think. I mean, yeah, now I'm just a grinder. I just don't know if the way he thinks about the game is unique enough. I mean, I think in the right metas with the right amount of grinding, like Lightmare maybe could do it because he's pretty smart. But like right now, he's not the best one, obviously. But like in the right meta, we've seen him be a top three player.
Yeah, I think Light
Um,
could get back to it. Yeah.
yeah. I mean, if like this one had happened, but if he cared enough, Markoto could do it.
Oh, actually, new guess. I changed my answer. Actually, I think it's going to be Tibby. I think
That's
Tibby's going to
somebody I
find this
thought.
out.
I think Tibby's really good. I just don't know. He just is not gonna have enough time. Probably. Like he's got too much of a real life. I think to be number one.
I don't know, dude. If you think about it, once you get into the the bird profession, how time taxing is birds.
Yeah, bro. Just like you can't you be playing SAP and then just like look outside the window and then you're like good.
Can't you bird watch while playing SAP?
True. It's like kind of bird watching when you play SAP. Just buy
Yeah, that's what I'm
bluebirds
saying.
and
You're
then
literally just play like Peck 2,
yeah, exactly. Oh, okay, but yeah, that's an interesting thought. Katarba could do it. Possible. He might be the same idea. Maybe too busy. Maybe not wanting to. But he's been the best player in the world before. He could do it again.
Yeah,
Um.
Qatar was good. Qatar was a good guess.
So next question. You played in a lot of tournaments. Which tournament has been your favorite outside of team tours?
See, I always think this question is hard. So I think every tournament besides Team Tour sucks, honestly. I always regret signing up after I play in one. I want to
Yeah,
go.
I mean, there's definitely like some fun ones. Like, I think
That's a problem.
the one tournament we had after season three was pretty fun. The one that you
I,
won.
oh yeah, the Phoenix Reborn was super fun. That was
Yeah.
gonna be one of my guesses. I think the tournament I probably had the most fun during was maybe like the SIP Invitational. That tournament was lit.
Oh
Um,
yeah.
maybe one of the one of the bard tournaments. Maybe there was always a lot of hype drummed up for the bard tournaments back when we would host them.
Oh oh yeah. Was Bard the one that ran the trio tournament, or was that Lucid?
He did run the trio. Lucid
Okay,
also
yeah.
ran one, but Bard ran a trio, so that was really
Yeah,
fun.
that trio tournament, like my team, it was like me, Echo, and FBL, and it was pretty much just me and Echo. It's like just taking care of business. But so we were just playing duos, and FBL was just like, yep, like the whole time. But
It
that
was
was,
me, Moose, and Violet. That team was fun.
yeah, that
Um,
team's cool.
um, yeah, I remember in one of the Bard events, I was waiting for my next match, and I went to go get ice cream from the place like 3 blocks away from me. Um, I had to slam on my brakes at a red light, spilled my milkshake, and then also got pulled over by the cops. Missed my set against Hop by 5 minutes and got DQ'd, and had no ice cream and got a ticket.
That's like the worst day that
Dude, it
could
was
happen.
awful, dude.
That
And
feels
like,
like a fucking Groundhog Day, where like you just have to keep living your worst day and try to fix it.
yeah, it was fucking awful, dude. I thought it, and dude, like the funniest part was I had to just laugh at myself because I thought about like how the scene played out in my head as I was like leaving my house. I was like, I'm gonna go get my milkshake and I'm gonna beat Hop and I'm gonna be drinking my milkshake when I beat Hop. I'm
that,
sitting here cleaning the ice cream out of the back seat.
that's too fucking good, bro. Oh man. But yeah, I mean that's good. I think dude, nothing beats to me like the OG tournaments were just different. Like they just felt I don't know if it's because after Team Tour it was just different, but like Super Battle Pets was like just such a good tournament. It was just so good. Like looking back, like probably it was like ran poorly and like the format sucked probably, but like I don't know if it's because it was my first like big competitive one, but like just like the grind up to it and like it just felt like this is it. Like, you know. It was just
Yeah,
such a fun tourney.
I will say I had a like great time with the Phoenix Reborn because for like 2 weeks before the tourney, I hard grinded for it. Seemed like a lot of people were grinding for it because it was short form. Like you said, people just get in a different type of mood for a short form tourney.
Mm.
Um, and I remember grinding for 2 weeks and saying, I'm gonna win this fucking tourney. I got the trophy hat taken away. I need to win it so nobody can tell me I lost them a trophy hat. It's only right I go out here and win it. And I remember after every set when going there was a VC with like 20 people, and then below it there was a VC with Moose and Snixer. And I would join that VC after every set. And Moose would be like, "Let's go, Wayman, Wayman," and then Snixer would be like, "Good job, bro." After every set, and that's all I needed to hear. And
Mm.
Snixer would tell me to lock in.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah, I mean that definitely felt like a good tourney. Actually, that was the tourney where me and Hop had pretty good runs. That was when like Pac 2 was really good, and me and Hop were the only Pac 1 players left standing, and I got like fourth. So you beat me in
yeah, I
semifinals.
remember
So
we played in semis.
yeah, which
Yeah,
so that was an interesting one. Um,
another tourney, another tourney I had a lot of fun with was the I forget the exact name. I think it was the second of something, but it was the one that Skunkle won. Um,
I was in
I
like
got
EU Coconut Flash like 2 or some shit like that.
it might have been the second EU. Oh, I do remember because I almost had a six storyline because I got second in that
Oh
tourney.
yeah, yeah, I
And
remember this now.
my
Yeah.
my my first tournament was the first EU Coconut Clash, and then I almost won the second one. It would have been kind of cool. But yeah, that tournament was a favorite of mine. Only because I remember that was the tournament or one of the tournaments we got Stag and Gavin to commentate at
Oh
CNG.
yeah. Mhm.
Um, so that was fun. That
I
that tournament was a lot of fun.
I can't remember if I played in that one. I don't know. But yeah, man, that first Super Battle Pets one that I played in was just so good. And then like I think coming like from how I got into the scene, like watching the stands tournament, and then watching like Fingar and Rekbar and all these people play, and then like going into the tournament and like practicing for the tournament. Like I remember like the first game that I played, like one of my first comp games. Uh, well, I beat Cass and then got into the Discord and all that. And then I played Fingar once, and this was like when he was like the best player, like by far. And like I won like the first game, and I'm like, bro, what the fuck? I actually like beat this guy, like, cause back then, like you don't know how like close the skill gap is. So it's like,
Right.
wow, I just like beat the best player in the world. I don't even play 1v1s. It was like that was pretty hype. I remember messaging my IRL friend who used to play at the time, like, bro, I just beat Fingar, and he's like, what? No way. And then like in that tournament, like I ended up playing Rekor in the losers bracket, and then commentating with Rekor and Cass, and that it was just a good time. Even though
Yeah,
again the format was probably super shitty and ran poorly, but
I mean that comes with old SAP. It was just different,
mm.
I would take the shitty formats and get my nostalgic SAP any day, over these better ran tournaments.
Yeah, yeah.
Um, I still remember the first time I beat Markoto. One of my big claim to fame is still that in season one, when I was a new player, I was all about Squirrel Seal. And
Mm.
Markoto was extremely hesitant about it. Always in our coaching sessions, he'd be like, I mean, it has potential, And I was telling him like Sauropod is one of the best hits on six because you can curve into it with Squirrel and Seal. I was ahead of the time with the food meta, dude. And
Mm,
Markoto can attest. I put him onto food meta season 1.
mm,
Ahead of my time, a meta buster. Right into the gates.
mm.
Some would call me a visionary, actually.
Yeah. Um, so my next question, we hinted on it a little bit. I want to hear your story and your explanation of how you got banned from the main court, which then caused you to lose the trophy hat. Can you kind of tell us that story?
Yeah. So we wanted to host a tournament um after the playoffs of season 6, I believe it was. Um yeah, it was season 6, right? Or was it season 5?
Um, this what? Wait, so this would be right after season 3 because you won
The
this
re
Phoenix Reborn. Because
that long ago?
yeah,
No
because
way.
Phoenix Reborn, because season 3, yeah, because that's when there was like a big break between season 2 and season 3, and then that's when we started naming seasons when like you and Moose officially took over.
We
Um,
oh yeah.
so then,
Yeah, I guess we didn't
so it
officially
was
take over
right
season 2.
after the season 3 tourney.
That is crazy
Or
that tournament was that long ago. Doesn't
yeah,
feel like that long ago at all.
yeah, that was a while ago.
Um Okay, well, yeah. So after season 3, we wanted to run a tournament just to reward all the people that played. This was back when not too many teams made playoffs,
Mm,
so we wanted to have another thing for players to look forward to keep them engaged throughout playoffs. So we ran this. I reached out to the devs. We got the trophy hat put on it. I explained Team Tour all to them. They were all for it. We even agreed that um, so whoever the winning team was, all those people could go straight into the bracket. They could bypass the day one of the event to kind of reward whatever the winning team was.
mm.
Then about 3 weeks before the event, I was wasted off my fucking ass, and I was arguing with admittingly a little shitter in the main court, a little 12-year-old
Yeah, he
that
was
didn't
like
need to be
8.
on the fucking computer. Um, Mav needs to fucking tell his friend to get on Roblox. I ain't fucking playing with him. But he said some dumb shit to me, and I told that little shitter to shut up and go tell his mom to get his pills for the night. And main court didn't like that, so they timed me out, and me in a drunken rage texted the moderator that timed me out and said I called him a little pussy on a power trip. Uh, they didn't like that either. Um, So Arcuni messaged me and said that I wasn't exactly the image they wanted representing, the SAP scene. So they took the trophy. They said we're not going to be, given a trophy hat for this tournament. And then I won that tournament.
Yeah,
Oh,
you
I
losing yourself the trophy hat is great.
yeah, I lost my own trophy hat.
Yeah, but
But since then, me and the devs have gotten back in good graces. For a
mhm.
while we thought I was gonna that when after that happened, we thought I was gonna have to step down from TOing.
Yeah, I remember those conversations. Kind of
Yeah, but
hovering
we've
around.
we've we've repaired the image.
Hmm. Yeah, I'm surprised they still let us post Team Twin main court after that with your connection. I know that's was the big concern was like, because especially then like that's when like we really needed like players. Like we were still trying to build the player base, and a lot of our
Yeah,
settings were based off of main court, so we were worried that they wouldn't let us um advertise in main court if you were CEO.
yeah. I got to give a huge shout out to all the fellow TOs. I was they took they took that hit and said they're willing to not have cooperation with the devs because I was completely willing to step down and
Mm-hmm.
Moose said he wouldn't let it happen. I gotta shout out those guys. That was heartwarming.
Yeah, and now me and Teedisc are planning a coup to take over all of the all of the team tournaments, be the rule
Yeah,
books of
man, we're
the
gonna have to
SAP
sit down and
world.
have a talk with Teedisc, dude. He thinks he's the guy now, dude.
Yeah, where does he come up making the Google sheet?
Well, yeah, man, I 100% appreciate everything he's doing, but dude, he be fucking firing decisions, man. I'd be like, when did Teedisc become the CEO of Team Tour? I was like, bro, you a rookie, my guy.
Yeah, there's a power struggle.
Yeah, I'm like, damn, dude, we need a fucking hierarchy. Moose, come back to be our sergeant, dude. You don't got to do no work, but we need a fucking leader, dude. Teedisc is getting out of hand.
Yeah. But yeah, I think right now the group of people we got is pretty good.
Yeah, no,
Seems
it's
like
solid group.
yeah.
Dude, the only part of the group that isn't solid is Qatar, but dude, that guy never knows what's going on,
I
dude.
don't even know how fucking Guitar got in there. Bro snuck in and just hasn't been kicked out yet.
Dude, and Katarba acts like somebody that snuck in, and that it hasn't. It just hasn't been kicked out. He never knows what's going on, dude.
Yeah, he's just there, which is really funny.
There's never been like every issue that gets brought up in TO chat, Katarba responds to. We can all tell by Katarba's response that he has no fucking idea what's going on. So then we have to then explain to him what's going on. He's like, "Oh, word," and then he changes his name. That's what Katarba's experience of as a TO is like.
Yeah, he's something, that's for sure.
But everybody else is solid, yeah.
So time to get into some beer questions. The
Okay, word.
first question comes in from the goat Cotty. He asks, "What makes you so good at the game? Like, how do you think about it?" And the second part is, "What has life taught you?"
So for the first part of the question, this is kind of a thing. It kind of sucks for Team Tour, but I kind of stress it to a lot of the people I coach. I never really rushed my progression. Like SAP is a pretty simple game. It's a game that has a lot of RNG, so it's a game that can be extremely frustrating if you like immediately try to push yourself to be the best immediately. I think you just kind of want to, try to conquer the area that you're at and, take a very slow progression. And it works very easily. At the beginning, I played SAP because I enjoyed it. And I slowly got better because I played the game a lot and I enjoyed playing it. And I like to think I'm not a complete fucking idiot. So I can figure the game out because it's simple. And I never was hyper fixated on getting really good at the game until I think I started plateauing as of late, and then I really started to focus on my progression. But honestly, I just, I had a slow route of progression, and I, just played the game because I liked it and got better because I played it a lot. So I always think that's the best route to getting better. There's
Yeah,
no amount of coaching is really gonna turn,
yeah,
some some player into something they're not.
yeah. I mean,
I think you
I
just gotta play the game.
the progression to get good, like the practice in this game is so different now than it used to be. Like before, it was like you had like there wasn't team, like you had no choice. Like if you're gonna practice to like get good, like you were gonna play like the worst player you would play against is like Snixer, who was like still like a top 20 player. Like you just like it wasn't big enough like competitively to be like all the people you were playing against were like Onet, Snixer, Katarba, Markoto, Cass. Like you never like so you kind of just naturally like share ideas with the top people consistently. Where like now you come in and like you join Team Tour this season and you're picked fucking 80th or something. Like so now like you have a bunch of people that have played a lot more than you and I think it's just a different progression now. Like the gap is bigger, somewhat. So it's a little bit different, and I can see how it would be a lot more frustrating now trying to get better. Because like before, like it felt like okay, I can get better and it's achievable, and I can be a really good player. Where like now it's like, man, there's 80 people who are better than me, and how do I really get good practice?
Yeah, the amount of players is part of the reason why I think I've improved so much too. Though I mean, being a TO, being a captain, I and being around as long as I have been, I've watched a lot of different players play. I've seen a lot of different play styles. I've watched people play every single different pack. I've watched a lot of sets over my time, and I've soaked in a lot of knowledge. Um,
Mm,
and I like to think of myself as kind of just like it depends on the meta type of player. I'm very experimental.
mm,
Yeah, I'll play completely different 2 weeks from now than I do right now, probably. And I might be shit then, or I might be correct.
mm.
So progression in this game is a fucking myth.
Yeah,
You just kind of you either get it or you don't.
yeah, for sure. And then the second part of the question: What has life taught you?
Uh, Man, I mean, life's taught me a lot
This
of
is a
things.
deep question.
I think life has taught me that if the prostitute is cheap, you should probably wrap it up. I have learned over my years that cheap prostitutes don't have the best morals. Some of the higher end ones still can have the capability to have good morals because they're kind of like normal humans. Um, but the cheap ones they're scum. They're nothing. Um, oh, and also to like save money and stuff.
Okay, no comment. So the next question comes from the man himself, Moose. He asks, given the plethora of teams and performances you've had, how do you weigh the value of homie picks versus team skill level for Team Tour? He gives examples like Glizzy Goblins, Huge Hogs being kind of compared to like Strawberryhat Pirates. How do
They're
you
both
compare that?
they're both so important. They're so hard to compare. I think at the end of the day, skill is going to be what's ultimately most important because, um, like I said, I think no amount of coaching is really going to help a player's progression in the long run. I think it can help in the short run, and I think it can get players jump started. And I think it can help in certain areas, like, getting coaching will always like generally help your progression, but it's not going to,
Mhm.
it's not going to make the difference between a good player and a bad player. Difference between a good player and a bad player completely depends on themselves. Um, so, like for example, my team last season did a lot of grinding by themselves. Same thing with season one. We were all like, while we would grind together, sometimes we we're all very independent players too. We all just really liked the game. I
Mhm.
think at the end of the day, if you have a team full of good players that are cohesive enough, you're going to get the job done. However, if that team didn't have as many vibes as it did last season, I don't know if I would have grinded the game as much as I did. I got along with everybody on the team,
Mhm.
and I couldn't really ask for more. And it had the vibes like Huge Hogs did.
Mhm.
I'd fuck with everybody on that team now. And it had people like Amza, Goose, and Hop, who are some of my closest homies. Um, but we also had an incredibly cracked team. So
Yeah, I mean,
if I
like,
had to choose one or the other, I would choose skill. But
mhm.
it's hard.
Yeah, I mean, like, I feel like the cop out answer is like, you need both. Like, you just do. I mean, like, if you need skill level, but then like if your team is demotivated because they don't have like you're not enjoying playing with the people you're playing with or trying to improve with, like then you're not gonna be as skillful. So it goes hand in hand. I think you just need both.
Yeah, it's a cop out answer, but it's just true. I
Yeah,
mean, no team will succeed without some of both.
yeah, for sure. Um, Next question comes in from Markoto. He asks, "Who is your favorite Team Tour captain you've played under, and why is it Markoto?"
So me and Teedisc were talking about this the other day. I think it would actually be something interesting to look into for a video at some point. But we were talking about how like what captains a player has, especially in the beginning of their team tour career, really can like mold their career. It can depend on whether or not they play 7 seasons or they play one.
Mhm.
Um, the only captains I've ever had are Markoto, Kyogre, and Hop.
Mhm.
Who, if you had to make a list for the
Yeah,
greatest tour captains of all time,
yeah,
that's probably your top three is
yeah,
Hop Guy and Markoto.
yeah. Well, outside of like me, of course, like I'm probably number like one or
I don't.
something,
I don't.
but like like I'm probably like number one.
Tyler, I forgot you captained. I'm gonna be honest.
No, no, I'm like number like one, probably, like, probably, probably.
Did you captain last season? I don't remember seeing you play. Oh wait, yeah.
I didn't
First
captain
round
him last
exit.
season, to be fair. Okay.
First round exit.
Although
Right.
every time, because I'm the guy that like streams and makes YouTube videos, they all think that I'm the captain all the time. So like if the team loses, like I get like laughed at, like it was my fault. I don't
Hey, but I'm just
know.
saying, if you really were a top five captain, then it would really be a problem, would it?
Hey, all I'm saying, how many rings do I got? how many rings this Kai got. That's all I'm saying.
Uh,
So,
I don't know. Who have you made?
who have I made? That's a good question. Okay, like not team tour wise, but like I kind of made Echo. I kind of made Echo. He was an OG Tyler viewer, um, and he was in my chat all the time before. So I didn't make him, but like I think that he definitely was there. Um, who else did I make? Man, I remember the days when I was better than Tangle. That was the time. Um, um, who? I mean, that's like it, right? There's like nothing. The thing is, like most of my bottom seeds have been pretty shit, to be honest. Like
Fair enough.
throughout the seasons, like I feel like I don't know, my team's like low seed bottom has been
I think that says
except
enough.
last season, but
You know what? I think you failed the low seed lotto because you're the one scratching the tickets.
okay. Although, look,
But all right, I didn't give
I want at least partial credit for being on the Nelson train before anybody else. That's all I'm saying.
dude. I feel like we all liked Nelson, and you happened to be the one that was in the good draft position to get him. I feel like everybody's taking him where you took him. Yeah, it's not like you
Dude,
reached for Nelson,
nobody's taking my boy King Panda 777 before. Pipe down.
bro. I'm no like, but there was nobody calling that pick crazy when you picked it. We were all
No,
just like,
no,
oh yeah, it's
no,
okay. That's a good pick. You got like
nothing,
reach.
nothing crazy. Although I will
We all
say
like.
the person that I think had potential to do it, like if they're in a different time zone and more active, like Cool Torito was kind of that guy for a while. Like if he like actually
Puerto was that
played,
guy for a while.
like in the season that he was on my team, in season 4, season 4.
Clutorito is kind of like an
That
extra
was
to me. You know, he was like a sneaky,
yeah,
quiet
yeah. Like
killer. You know,
me and
couldn't
him
snipe your top streets.
actually, me and him played a decent amount. I did a little bit of coaching, and I think like if he like kept grinding and was like not from like fucking Australia or whatever, like he would have been pretty cracked. I think.
Dude, Knob finds a way to grind with all of Australia in the Rev GT server, so you can
I don't know, bro. Knob's a different beast somehow.
man. Oh, but
Uh,
yeah, I didn't answer the question actually. So, I mean, it's just got to be Markoto. I love Hop. I love Kai. Those are my guys. But
mm,
Markoto's my guy, dude. He helped me a lot in the beginning. Just teaching me what the bad habits were, what the general good habits were. I think at the beginning is when coaching is the most effective. So
mm,
while I say coaching can't really make the difference between a bad player and a bad player, um, the direction that a coach sets you on is like really important. Uh,
mm,
Markoto told me, a lot of the good fundamentals, like just kind of like think about every play you do, think about gold as a resource, think about how you use it,
mm,
and you know the basics of always think about how much tempo you need, how much scaling you need, and that's kind of all I needed. Everything else I tried to figure out on my own for the most part.
mm.
Um,
So
but yeah, I don't know if I had any other captain season one. Who knows what team tour would be
yeah,
like?
yeah,
Yeah,
we talked about this with the Hot podcast. Man, the world where you get drafted by HLZ is a crazy world to live
yeah. I don't know.
in.
The team tour is completely different by this point if that happens. So I'm
Yeah.
incredibly grateful for Markoto, and I mean I can't call anybody else my favorite captain.
So we're gonna get into what I will classify as the Dune question portion. Um, Dune himself asks, "Do you regret having Dune on your team?"
No, I loved having Doon.
Yeah, I mean, let's be okay. Worst case scenario, Dune is great content. I
Yeah,
mean,
I
he's
mean,
got the
look, I
best sets
mean,
to watch.
I'll give Dune the information he's looking for. Dune, you were a painstaking teammate, dude. You made my heart hurt on several occasions. But you were, I mean, you're impossible to hate. I mean, we all love you, Dune. I mean, we got to root for you. You're I don't know. You're just an incredibly likable person. Um,
Yeah, shout out Doon, dude. Helps me with all the YouTube stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you're just pure vibes. You're great for a team. I mean, I think your sap brain is unlike any sap brain I've ever seen, and makes me go crazy sometimes.
That
But
yeah, that's a way to describe it.
you're great for team vibes. I would, I, I don't know, and those type of vibes, they're hard to get from somebody. So you're
Yeah.
you're you're a valuable member to any team.
So Teedisc has a bunch of Dune questions for you. His first one is favorite teammate of all time, and he also asks why is it Dune?
Favorite teammate of all time.
Mm-hmm.
So I think I could do favorite teammate from each season. I can't do it all time.
Mm-hmm.
Um, season one was Markoto's chat. Um, that I mean, it's I mean a tie between Moose and Markoto. I can't really. Those are both my day one fucking homies.
Mm-hmm.
Um, season two
Was
was that was
me,
team
right? It's gotta be me.
that was Team Leo, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Uh, I mean,
Surely it was me.
Draco was on that team too, though, right?
Did you okay? Don't even say it was Draco because you fucking hated watching Draco play. I
Yeah,
remember
okay.
every week you were like, bro, where the fuck do
Tyler,
we put this guy?
we didn't get along at all that season,
Oh
though. You
no,
don't remember
no, no, I
that?
do
We
remember. Dude, well,
oh yeah,
because you guys fucking had
we
me getting,
hated
you
you.
guys had me getting coached by Snixer. Like, dude, I took 2 weeks off playing the game and I was seated six and getting coached by Snixer. Bro was like fucking telling me to take random like roosters for no
Dude,
reason.
what do you want me to treat you like? We didn't make playoffs because you lost to free fucking
Dude,
velocity,
okay, you
dude.
can't blame that fucking season on me, bro. You can't blame
Dude,
that season on me.
I'm just saying we make playoffs if you win that
I
set.
did lose that set. That is probably my going back. It's like my biggest upset like that actually like mattered because like season five I lost to like fucking Serval, but that's because it was the last set of the season and I was like done for the last 3 weeks, so I just like didn't care. But like this at a sense that I actually mattered, that is probably my biggest loss in Team Tour. Um, dude, the fucker just like made me go best of three, and he just like high rolled on. It was so sad. That was so sad.
I think out of season two, who ended up being my favorite homie would be you, Tyler. But my favorite teammate was
Oh
definitely
yeah.
Cruiser. It was definitely
Oh
Cruiser
yeah, yeah.
season two.
Cruiser was great. That's when
Cruiser was
Cruiser had his
fantastic.
best season too.
Yeah, he beat Sub that season. I
Yeah,
remember.
that's fucking crazy. Pack two
He
was a
was
different monster.
he was amazing. That was my sweet baby.
God, this season
Um,
was so bad for me. It was just Pack two meta. It was fucking horrible.
yeah, you talk about how you were so underrated. We had Snickster coaching. You did awful that season.
No, like yeah, I didn't do, but like the thing is, I was underrated because like I was well one people that was the auction draft, so nobody knew like how to fucking draft. So like if Moose just like counted his money, I would have ended up on that team instead of Perps. Dude, that team would have gave fucking like his team a run for their money. They almost beat him with Perps on their team. Imagine you substitute Perps for me on that team with Sub, Kyogre, Moose, Violet
Yeah,
Citizen. That team would have been so sick. But it
yeah,
was
team would be nasty.
because I was like, the thing is, I think I was underrated just because I was like, well, one because again the money thing, but like again, like I was getting coached by like people that I was just like very clearly better than I think at the time. It was just because I took time off that like I wasn't that good for sure. Like I think that was one of my worst metas and definitely like my worst team tour season because like the meta was so shitty for me. Pack one was horrible. It was just like Ladybug Octo the whole time. And I didn't want to play. So like I just think that I was a little underrated though because
That I
of
remember
that.
that was for me. I remember I almost went undefeated in back-to-back seasons. And I lost to Mump. Mump
Yeah,
cracked my undefeated season.
month ago. Month always gets one mention in these episodes every time,
Oh
without a
yeah, oh,
doubt.
I mean, dude, Mump will go down as like the. I'm trying to think of a good example. He's like a. Dude, he's like a Mike Bibby, where like everybody always remembers him, but like, what the fuck did he do in his career? Really? You know, like,
Hop said that Month might be the first player ever to have been in every single seed.
yeah, we were. I think we talked about that today or the other day or something. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that's
think that's.
crazy.
I think that's a true fact. I mean, because he was like technically the one seed, and season one at one point he was drafted,
No, he was just
as
the
the
one. No,
one
he
seed.
was the one seed the whole time. Month was
Oh,
actually
he
good
was
in
just
that
all
season.
season. Yeah.
I mean,
I mean,
Month
I
beat like
know he
fucking
was, but I
Blightmare
thought
and
somebody.
Rekor or something.
Yeah, I know he had a good season. I just thought
Yeah,
somebody else was the one seed.
yeah, Month was that guy. Season one.
Yeah. But he's gonna be that guy again this season.
Yeah, I mean, where you guys got him, I mean, you can't really go. Like, I mean, even if he's
Yeah.
bad, I mean, you guys picked him a fucking like 70 or some shit, like or 68 or whatever.
Yeah, I think he was a steal
Like,
for sure.
yeah.
Um. Oh, but yeah. So season three, my favorite. That was the Team Leah team, correct?
Season two was Team Leah. Season three was Demonic Forces for
Oh
you.
yeah, that's what I mean. Did Terry Yuff?
Mm-hmm.
God, who else was on that team? Who were my top
Absolute. You
two?
had Absolution. You had Fingar,
Oh, Mav. Mav was my favorite
Mav.
teammate
Yeah.
by far that season. Mav told me that season. Mav was all I had. He was literally all I had. Dude.
Yeah.
Nobody else did anything that season.
Mav
Fengar was just my backup.
underrated teammate.
Yeah, Mav was great that season by far. He clears. Season four is a super tough choice. Season four had a lot of homies. That was the Kai, Violet, Equi season.
Mm.
Um, Even Kelby. Me and Kelby talked a lot that season. Uh, I think I got to give it to Kai though. I mean, Kai just helped me so much that season, and then we hung out a lot that season.
Mm.
Me and Kai did matchups every week together. He coached me a lot. We would coach together to like help Violet and Equi and Blanket. I think was our low seed that season, right?
Mm. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, we would help Blanket a lot that season. Yeah, Kai's probably got to be my favorite, but honorable mention to Violet, Equi, and everybody on that team. To be honest, that team was all vibes.
Mm.
Um, Season five, fucking what was that team? Glissy Goblins, Moose again.
Yeah. Yeah, Moose again.
Moose clears. Um, Honorable mention to Fernandes. I love Fernandes.
Mm.
Season six. Fucking. I mean, the cop out answer is Markoto, but Markoto is so obvious.
Mm.
I've already used him for one. Probably Cotty, but I mean that team was all vibes too. I mean, no, it's got to be Hungry Manning. Hungry Manning not getting it. I didn't say him for '07, but I loved
Mm.
him on that team too.
Yeah,
So
sure.
yeah, Hungry Manning
Uh,
for the huge hogs. Um, and then last season, I can't really choose. Like probably, I mean, I guess Goose because that's my love child.
yeah.
Um, but I mean everybody in that. I mean I can't express how much I love everybody on that team.
Mm. Um.
Uh,
So Teedisc, the next part of the question: would you replace your firstborn son with Doon?
um, no,
Wow, disrespectful. Teedisc, next question: proudest
I don't
the
think that's the disrespectful answer.
proudest the Doon moment.
Wait, what you say? Proudest Dune moment?
Proudest Doon moment.
Oh, there was definitely one in there. So he started off 3-0. Who was his third win? Let me go look because I think that might be
He beat
a moment.
Slop, but that was week two. Um, who else did you guys think he beat? He beat. Oh, he beat Cemi 3-0.
I didn't get to watch that actually, so that can't be the proudest Dune moment.
He beat Blanket 3-1.
I remember that.
He beat Slop 3-2.
The slop set, yeah, for sure.
Mm.
Because slop was hitting. I remember that set. Slop was hitting out of his mind.
Yeah,
That was
I
like peak.
remember watching that. I know Slop like drilled 2 games, and then I know Doon drilled game 5, and then I can't remember the other two.
And it's hard because the last 2 weeks, I mean, even like the playoff weeks, they're all like so close because like every week was kind of the same script where like Doon would play somebody that is super favored against him, and he would like bring it to the last game somehow and be a super hype game, game 5 or game 7.
And then he lost to Jiggy. Just a
Yeah,
weird kind of missed playoffs.
yeah,
That was a time to be alive. Um,
yeah. Lots of proud Doon moments.
Next question. Again, another Dune question. How does watching Dune make you feel?
Mm. Do you know the feeling when you've been laying down and you stand up really fast?
Yeah.
It's like that. Um, have Have you ever been tased in the taint? Kind of
I
like
can
that.
I can can't say I have
Um,
personally,
it
but
it's kind of like stepping on a burning hot Lego in a pit of fire, covered in aerosol, probably.
Mhm. But like sometimes there's like a McFlurry after, which makes it like taste really and feel good, you know.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
Like so, like
So
occasionally, like you go through all the suffering and you actually get a reward, and it's a great
I just
reward.
it's honestly my fault because I try to play this game when I watch Dune sets, which is called "What is Dune Thinking?"
Mm-hmm.
And I try to explain the thought because I try to argue to everybody that everything he's doing makes sense, and sometimes I just can't. I just can't, and there's pain. But yeah, there's a lot of hype moments watching Dune sets.
Yeah.
Honestly, I mean, Teedisc is fucked up for asking me that question because you can't explain how you feel watching
Yeah.
Dune sets.
Yeah, it's like
It's just
it's a spiritual experience.
it's unexplainable, honestly.
Oh man, dude, I feel like watching Dune. The feeling I would explain it was like I feel like every time I watch a Dune, it's like the feeling I got whenever I saw Lucid sell a two spider to buy a 2-3 spider. It's like that feeling, and
What
it's
do you say?
just. I said to me, it's like the feeling of when I watched Lucid sell a 2-2 spider to buy a 2-3 spider, and that's I don't know how to explain it, but that's the feeling I get inside every time I watch a Dune play.
I cut out
Oh,
like 30 seconds ago.
okay. Don't worry about
I
it.
cut out at Lucid.
Oh yeah, don't worry.
Okay.
So the next question comes from Cemi. We're finally done with the Dune questions. Cemi asks, "Did you make it back from the farm?" Do you know what she's
Oh,
referring to?
yeah. So I was telling Fluffo about this yesterday. I actually woke up with cuts all over my arms and all over my feet. Um, on Christmas Eve, I broke my pact of staying off of Discord when I'm super drunk, and I got on Discord. And we went on a hike through my woods behind my house, and we hiked the farm a while out from here. Um, and I was wearing only slippers and a short sleeve T-shirt. And we got lost for like a good 15, 30 minutes. No idea where I was at. Tripped and fell once. It was bad. Um, I didn't notice that I was all cut up. I woke up the next morning to get ready for work, dude, and everything hurt, and I had cuts all over my arms, all over my feet. It was bad. So yes, I made it back from the farm, but with plenty of injuries.
And now the final question comes from Hop, and I'm just gonna read this quote that he sent me. This is all he sent me. "You're a little boy. I could kill you with my 2 feet." You know what this refers to? That's all he sent me
No, I don't.
quoted.
If he's
Hop,
talking about him and me, I contest to that.
Hop, do you want to explain your question? That's all he put. He literally put it in quotes. "You're a little boy. I could kill you with my 2 feet."
I can test that, huh?
He didn't ask it as a question. I actually wrote. Wait, what? I don't know exactly what it means, but I believe it. Hey, I don't know what that means, Top. Hop has strong grippers. Maybe that's what it means. Yeah, maybe that's what it means. But yeah, that's about all I had for you, I think. So appreciate you for answering all the questions, coming on the pod, giving me your time. And I hope you had a good time.
So yeah, I just want to give a shout out to all the Strawberryhat Pirates that couldn't be here. Shout out Hop, great captain, carried the team. Great morale coaching, zingers. I do want to say he bought everybody on the team team like Steam credit, $10 Steam credit, except for me and Amza. Said if we win the ring, everybody except for Damon and Amza get $10 team credit. I don't know what the fuck that's about. But besides that, he's like a cool captain or whatever. I love that guy. Amza, fat titties, sexy. I mean, what else can I say? He's the ideal human body. Super, Super Phoenix is like cool. Pack one, great, sexy, of course.
Mhm.
Down to earth, And then the other three are like cool, I guess. Uh,
Yeah.
Shout out Doon, shout out Goose, shout out Rex, all my goats. All of them were perfect for team morale. It was kind of it was a fun team dynamic where you had kind of the top four, of like quote unquote top players, people that were all very confident in their play, and then we had the bottom three, bottom seats that all kind of clicked together and interacted a lot with each other.
Mhm.
So, great team dynamic. I love this team.
Mhm.
Hope I can be on a team with a lot of these players in the future.
Yeah.
Wouldn't
Well,
pass it up for anything.
again, thanks for
Thanks
coming
for
on, and yeah, man, have a good one.
thanks for having me.
Yeah, for sure.
See ya.
See ya.